of people, they're looking to lose weight. They've had a hard time dropping the pounds or turning to prescription drugs like some of the ones you see here. And there are sadly some even on the black market available for less money, but they're counterfeit versions sometimes of Ozempic, Mounjaro, and other drugs. Our NewsNation newsmakers, Arena Shaw, Kurt Bardella, and Asia Grace are here to discuss this because, I personally am very, very concerned. And Rena, I'm going to start with you. I feel like we're setting ourselves up to take this drug that's specifically for diabetes and for people who don't have diabetes to take it. I don't know. Are we going to have a medical catastrophe here in just a matter of years?
I'm not sure that we can look out that far, but I will say this. The obesity crisis we have in this country is a public health emergency, and I've been worried about that for a long time. I studied public health at the master's level almost 20 years ago, and I realize that sounds like a very long time, but not much has changed. You've got bad diets, you've got people who are not in control of what they're putting in their bodies, and so therefore these kinds of magic fixes look good, but what doctors are not yet anticipating is the side effects, because we don't fully know. Mounjaro, for example, I know is well researched. The University of Utah put that out, but there are other classes of drugs that are getting out there. And postpartum moms, for example, I'm surprised by the number of women in my own network that I'm hearing are actually becoming open about this kind of thing. So on the one hand, it's a free country. There's innovation. People should be able to do what they want to do, free to put what they want in their bodies. But there's also the anti-aging part too. So there's a good side and a bad side, but we don't fully know because, again, these are all very, very new.
Yeah, and Kurt, demand for this drug has gone gangbusters. Supply is dwindling for the people who really need it. Does something need to happen legislatively, to make sure patients who don't need it can't get their hands on it, or doctors don't prescribe it to folks who don't have diabetes? Does something need to happen there, or would that be overreach?
Well, listen, I think that there's something said for having at least a priority lane for those who are suffering from something like diabetes, who medically need this type of medication for a very legitimate medical purpose, versus others who might be using this as a vehicle more just to lose weight because they want to feel better about themselves, about their body. I think more broadly, though, this also speaks to just, I think, the challenge we have in this time of social media, where I have come across this drug so many times through just social media posts on Instagram. And what I'm more worried about is the generation of young women and girls who are looking at stuff like this as a model for how they should model their behavior going forward, that this is the fast track to get the body that you want. I think it speaks to right now why we need more parents to get in the game here and have these tough conversations with their kids about body image, about self-esteem. I think about last night, Lainey Wilson at the Country Music Awards had a historic night. Won 5 CMAs. When she was accepting the Female Artist of the Year award, she had said she wakes up every morning, looks in the mirror, says, I am beautiful, I am smart, I am fearless. I think that's the type of conversations we need to have about body image in this country.
That's beautiful.
I think that's important, but I think we're in such a weird time. Asia, we've got, first of all, more plus-sized women who are embracing their curves than we ever have, probably in history. And then we also, at the same time, have people in their 40s, 30s, 20s who were raised not to take prescription drugs, to be more holistic with your health. And yet, even still, there's all this demand on, like Kurt said, social media to be skinny.
Yeah, this really does speak to where we are in society. I think that we try to present ourselves as, a society that's progressed past the need to be skinny. And, we're now size inclusive and everyone's all about, body image and anti-body shaming. And we, celebrate the curvier women like Lizzo's, like Ashley Graham. And as beautiful as they are, this crisis, this need for this drug and these drugs, whether they're legit or black market, it just speaks to how no matter what we do, what we say, what we put out there, there is this push to fit into this, very slender aesthetic, and at any cost. My colleagues and I have done extensive reporting on the people who've literally died, whether they take actual Ozempic or a like drug or a black market version, because they're, willing to put their lives on the line. They're literally dying to be skinny.
They're desperate.
They're desperate. We've talked about it all morning. People are now getting their hands on fake Ozempic, not from a seedy online website, but from actual pharmacies now, too.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.